Let's talk about leasing for a minute. Let's talk about leasing. Stay a tenant. Live at a landlord place. Before you move in, the landlord give you a lease. And say the lease what the landlord give you is for a year. Right? Now, let's just go down what's the benefit of a lease and why a lease exists. Right? Lease is a form of, I give you the place for a year. If it's a 1 year lease or a 2 year lease. And in between that year which I give you, I'm watching how you act as a tenant versus me act when I'm a landlord, right? So because it's both of us agree, say, hey, I give you the place and you say I'll rent the place, then it's an agreement between you and a landlord. Now, you have to understand this. When that year come where it's the lease is up, you as a tenant can say, hey, listen, I don't like this landlord. I don't like how our relationship is. And I don't like how you deal with me as a tenant. So, because of that, I'm going to leave. Or for an example, the landlord might come to you and say, hey, may they rent your place for $50. No, it's a new year and things and time have changed. So, I'm going to put on 50 cents. If you, the tenant, decide say, hey, 50 cents is a little bit too expensive for me, I'm not going to renew the lease. I'm just going to find somewhere else which will take $50 and not the $50 with the 50 cents where you're going to put on. All right? Tenant have that right to make that move. The landlord too have the same right. Him can say, we live together, but I think we don't work together as a team. So, moving forward, I'm going to make another move. And you know what? This relationship, after this time, I'm not going to renew the lease no more because obviously we have a good relationship. The landlord also have that right. Or, for an example, let's say landlord, when a place is up for sale, usually the landlord after display their lease say, hey, I have somebody lease the place up to this time, and if a new buyer come in, they have to abide by that lease because there's a lease existed and it doesn't expire yet. No, you as a tenant, the landlord can't just get rid of you because they are selling the house. Because if there's a lease existed for a certain time, usually you have to stay within that time which a lease is there for. So the lease is there to protect you. And the lease is there to protect the landlord. So, tenants, at the ending part of the day,